In 1972, under a scorching June sun, in the French coastal town of Marseille, two Algerian immigrants awaited the birth of their fifth child. Later that day, a star was born. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hello everybody and welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It's the first show of 2016. We're recording this on the 5th while we're watching Stoke City versus Liverpool in the Capital One Cup. Liverpool are 1-0 up thanks to a goal from Jordan Ibe, who replaced the injured Phil Coutinho, and Dejan Lovren was also injured as well. So Liverpool with 2 for substitution in the first half of the first leg. We've got plenty to get through, including the most recent batch of Premier League results from the weekend. We'll talk about some other matches that took place over the Christmas period, all the latest news, the first murmurings of the January transfer window, and then our usual awards at the end of the show and so on. So Dan and John, how was the Christmas period for you guys?
It was great until you cut off that wonderful song so quickly.
Look, we'll play it again at the end.
It really feels like a dark January.
Well, we might stick with it as the intro music. How's that sound? Is that a fair trade? Dan, how was your Christmas?
Fine. I did spend it with you, so you would know how it was.
Yeah, but the listeners don't, Dan.
Okay, well, if it's a broad question, it was fine.
Neil and Dan's Christmas is basically the George Michael, like the Wham video for last Christmas.
With lots of Leeds Master League.
Yeah, basically.
How's it going?
Pretty sure that shows.
Fine. Every time Polina goes to the subs bench, you know what? It kind of goes, gives you an automatic person for captaincy. It picks big man Louis Zhou. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, they do. I think they do have an attribute for people who are good captains.
They want to give it to Louis Zhou, who's 16 years old.
I'm just going to go.
See, Dan's cheating in his Master League because he's using, spawns.
I'm not cheating.
You're using spawns, mate.
Yeah. Who bought them? You did.
I did. Yeah. Okay, so before we get into... do you know what? We'll go straight into the news. So, Rafa Benitez was sacked. Dan had been predicting this for quite some time.
Over?
Zinedine Zidane.
Can we cut into just the chorus?
No, I'll teach you how to work it and then you can do it, okay?
Sounds great.
So we had Rafa sacked. Dan had been calling it for a while. The interesting thing about this is his win ratio was 68%, which...
Very impressive by Dan, because no one else called it. It's such a shock for Real Madrid to sack the most unlikable manager in the history of football managing.
What I'm going to ask you is it a rash decision? Because even with his win ratio, and obviously Madrid have these huge expectations where the manager has to basically halfway through the season be properly competing or ahead of Barcelona to be deemed a success. The fact is that they had scored 18 goals in the 2 games previous to the draw against Valencia. So, for my money, I think it's fucking nuts. But what do you guys think?
I think it's insane. I think Rafa wins a trophy pretty much everywhere he goes. And I think he would have got them, whether it be the Copa del Rey. I had them as an outside bet for the Champions League this year, just because Barcelona have had a lot of fixtures. And I think Rafa's good at winning cup competitions. But Zidane, who's only managed Real Madrid B's, he'll be gone by the summer. They'll get Mourinho in or something.
Well, he'll be gone back to the B's. I don't think they'll get rid of him from the club. Would you agree?
Well, is he going to take a demotion?
Interesting, Dan?
It's not surprising he's gone, but I don't think it's hardly... It was never the right fit. I think everyone could say that at the very start. But it wasn't a match made in heaven. And I think I said he'll last 1 year max, regardless of what happened this year. Because that's what they are like in Madrid. They're so weird.
What's the right fit? If you score 18 goals in 2 games, right? What's the right fit?
But they've had 4 0-0s, I think, this year as well.
Yes.
So
they've only lost 3 matches.
But the big problem was he's a very pragmatic coach, and to go in there with that playing style, first of all, to a club like Madrid, it just doesn't work at teams like that.
Well, 10 goals in 1 game.
They got one of the goals of the season on Saturday or Sunday.
No, I think it is ridiculous.
It didn't affect them negatively enough that they... when was the last time Madrid scored 10 goals?
It's ridiculous that he has been sacked in terms of where he is and everything, what's going on.
They hired Rafa Benitez.
I'm not surprised
and got annoyed that they got Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I've actually noted out myself just from this season. He's not been getting Ronaldo playing. I don't think Ronaldo likes him. And I don't know if that's to do with Liverpool or whatever it is, or maybe he's asked him to do a bit of tracking back or something. Ronaldo doesn't want to be there to play for him. And I think that's a big problem, first of all. he's not picking his battles right as well. Like, he's dropped. Isco has played 12 minutes in the last 5 matches. He's a really good player. Ham Rodriguez has been dropped. Now, I'm not saying they don't deserve to drop. I'm just saying he's kind of taking part of a big team that won a lot. And
Did they win a lot?
well, they did win the Champions League.
They won 2 trophies in a league.
They did win the Champions League and stuff.
They're the same team that lost the league.
I just don't know if he's going about it the right way. He's doing it the right way. But the club he's in at Real Madrid is different to everything else.
Ham was injured for a lot of it, and he played Kovacic, who was a new signing and was expected to have a part this season anyway.
And then there's
the holding midfielder. What's his name? Begins with C.
Or Casemiro.
Yeah. So these are changes that any manager would have to make.
No, I'm saying. I agree what he's done, but it's like not bringing them back in. At a club like Madrid, they just don't want that. And unfortunately, you have to be almost a puppet to try and even succeed there. I think Ancelotti is nearly the only one to ever really come out and bring success while almost doing it his way, while still playing. And the other point is Perez. You can't work with the man. He's a lunatic at the end of the day. Like, he sacked managers a day after winning the league because, I don't agree with it.
Did you see the 3 years he was out Real Madrid? They won the league twice.
They won the league twice. They beat Barcelona 5-0 at the Bernabeu. And then the last one, which I think he probably just should have been sacked after, was the 4-0 drubbing at the Clásico.
All I know,
it was the writing was on the wall. But I don't agree. If it was any other team in the world, you'd be like, he's still getting there. Give him time, he'll get there. But not at Madrid. It's never going to work. It was never going to work.
I do think it was a much higher job. Like your man who owns West Ham said that he accepted the West Ham job and had a contract, and then in the week that he was supposed to come, Real Madrid came in. We were like, "Do you want to take over?" And Rafa was like, "Yes."
Rafa had accepted the West Ham job. Okay, look, all I know is that, it is the culture of Madrid and Perez, but I don't see Zidane getting higher than a 68% win ratio between now and the end of the season. And Zidane is taking over a team for the first time at a high level while they're in the knockouts of the Champions League. And so is Gary Neville. But at least Gary Neville was an assistant coach to a national team. Like Real Madrid B's.
Gary Neville's interview on Sky before the game.
We're just going to talk about that now. He said that he doesn't see his future as a coach or assistant coach. Basically, I think if you read between the lines, he was saying that he'd like to be a part of the new restructured FIFA, I think is what he's saying. But however, after the draw, which inevitably led to Benitez being sacked 2-2 at home for Valencia, he kind of backtracked a little.
He says, in 15, 20 years he meant. Which is, it's like...
Is he talking out of both sides of his mouth?
Yeah, but also, I think he realises, wait a minute, I don't know Spanish. I haven't won a match yet in, 6?
He did win one match, but it was in the Cup.
Well, he hasn't won a league match. Yeah. But I don't know, it's an interesting... Regards to back to the thing about Zidane, I'm pretty sure Mourinho will be there next year. And I said that
I don't think
before
so.
Christmas.
I think they could have got him now if they wanted him.
I think he will be there. No, I think Mourinho will be there in the summer when there might be a few eggs who might want him at Madrid. They'll get rid of them and they'll get him in. And they'll go 2 years. They'll go 2 years at Mourinho and he'll win the league off Barcelona. And that's all they want is to beat Barcelona.
I think Mourinho
they'll get rid of anyone who doesn't like Mourinho and they'll go from there.
I don't think they would have given the job to Zidane if they had a plan for Mourinho. And I also think Mourinho was trying to toy both United and Madrid against each other, and I don't think either team wants him.
I don't think Mourinho hated this. I've said this before. He hated the Spanish press so much. The only club I ever saw Mourinho returning to, and the only club he was ever open about returning to, was Chelsea. I don't see him going back to Madrid.
He'd go to Inter though, if he had the chance.
Why? They're not in the same position that they were when he took over. He took over a strong team that he knew he could get the most out of for 2 seasons. He's nothing to prove in Italy anymore.
No, he's nothing to prove. But I think he loved his time there. And going by win ratios as well, Ancelotti had the highest out of any manager who's lasted more than 1 season.
The team would be perfect for him would be Atletico.
Who?
Jose,
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I think he'd rub it in at Madrid as well.
I think he's the only team that's left that would take him.
Well, I think that he could go to Germany personally.
To take who?
I think he'd go to Bayern. Pep's leaving.
Ancelotti.
Oh yeah, I could go to Dortmund.
No, they're too much of a working class team for him.
If you were Mourinho, you know that your legacy would be at this stage, considering what he has done, trying to win the Champions League and the domestic league somewhere he hasn't. And Germany's the next option.
I don't think he'd go in here if it wasn't Bayern. But I don't think Bayern would have him either.
I don't think you can. I don't think it's.
So speaking of Pep, he says that he's going to the Premier League next season. Is he going? Which of the Manchester clubs is he going to?
City. I'd put money on City. Like they've got McGearson and Farnesariano there. They've got the lads waiting for him. So and they're trying to do everything they can. It's everything's in place, I think, to get him. Now I don't like City. I hope he doesn't go there, to be honest. But
I like to see him fail at a job that's impossible to fail at.
Yeah.
You hate the man. That's very mean.
I don't think. I think he's very overrated.
I don't.
Well, yeah, I don't want to see him fail. Like
I never said that. I'm just saying.
you did go. I can't wait to see him fail.
he failed at Bayern. It's simple. He failed.
But if he wins the Champions League this year, he hasn't failed.
He didn't fail at
Yeah.
Bayern, lads. It's just.
I never said that.
He didn't fail at Bayern. He came in
He has
after the team had won a
literally the best
treble.
team in.
I know. Well, look. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, January transfer window. So we'll talk about some rumours. Obviously, the main thing that we know about and knew about is that Arda Turam and what was the name of the fullback?
Alex Vidal.
And Vidal obviously now get their squad numbers and have been declared.
Along with 75 other people.
They weren't.
Alone.
Yeah, that's
But then
quite
a lot of
amazing.
them were La Masia, Barcelona Bs, and Barcelona C.
Oh,
players.
sure. It's just registering.
It's registering.
Because the
everyone
ban
has
was
a club.
the ban was a full ban.
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's,
See
a
your man
lot of
they
them are
s-
actually La Masia guys. So
See your man they signed, and then they looked at his Twitter and released him less. than
Yeah,
24 hours later.
young Guardiola fella. I don't think he's related to Pep. I don't think he is. But
What happened?
he signed for Barcelona Bs, and then they were the club were obviously just having looked through his Twitter and social media, and he said discouraging remarks about Catalonia, and they got no, and they ripped up the contract about an hour after he signed it.
That's incredible.
That's how much they value that kind of area. So,
Okay, so Mohamed Elneny to sign for Arsenal. Elneny, sorry, to sign for Arsenal. I know nothing of this gentleman.
Same.
he's from Basel. He's a DM. Now,
Oh, good.
Is he in
we're
here?
lying if anyone's heard of him and they're saying, "Oh yeah, he's great." They're lying. So I don't know much about him. I did a bit of research, and apparently he takes a lot of set pieces for Basel, and he's highly regarded. But I've never seen him play. He's a DM. He can't be worse than Arteta. So,
Agreed.
give him a go. I think it's like 6-7 million, and he's a young Moroccan. No, he's Egyptian. Excuse me, Egyptian. So
Okay.
I don't know. He can't be too bad, I suppose.
Demare
Has there ever
Gray
been a good
signs
Egyptian in the
for.
league?
Sorry.
Egyptian Mido.
Yeah, Mito's one. Who was your Zaki? Was he Egyptian?
Amar Zaki, he was.
Great celebration.
I don't think he was Egyptian. I think he was. Maybe he was he?
Might have been Chilean.
No, he's Northern African.
Asher, they're so close, you know.
Tunisian, I think, was he?
Okay, so
Tokyo Sexway.
Gray signs for Leicester from Birmingham.
Birmingham are very upset about this.
Who is he?
He's great.
He's
really
supposed to be really good,
Oh, he's
and it
shit
was only
hot.
like 4 million, and they the release clause they couldn't believe it.
He
They were
nearly went to
What's their
Bournemouth
fault?
for 10-11 million in the summer, but they got Max Gradle instead because they couldn't work it out with Birmingham. And then there's a clause in his contract. He's going for 3.5 million, and this guy is really good. I've seen him play enough times now, and he's
Will he help them capture the title?
No, because they're not going to win the title anyway. But
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
he will be really good.
Marko Grucic to arrive. So this is the story with his dad trying to basically dissuade the move from happening, stealing his passport. Pretty much you can't write it. So the story is he'll arrive for the medical, but he won't actually move to Liverpool till the summer. Is that where we're at?
Do you mind me asking why doesn't want to move to Liverpool?
Sorry?
Why does he not want him moving to Liverpool?
He thinks he's too young.
What age is he? 18?
Mm.
Is that wrong?
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, but
You
the man,
guys can enlighten me.
the man, he's supposed to be great.
Is
but
he right back or something?
Liverpool wasting more.
No, he's
money.
midfielder.
Midfielder attacking.
He's the
Attacking mid.
he's the creative midfielder you've been pining for Liverpool.
Because
You
you
don't
had
need
three
another
already.
one of them.
Huh?
We have 3.
Yeah. No, well, I think he can play
Three
centre
terrible
mid,
ones.
centre mid as well. So that's just an interesting story. Juan Iturbi.
Sorry, how's he
What?
getting- sorry.
How did I not see this?
How's your man getting to Liverpool without a passport?
I presume that he's reclaimed it from his dad.
Okay, right.
Iturbi to Bournemouth on loan from Roma.
Yeah, £1 million, and if they
What?
want him and they stay up, they got him for 15 million. Did you hear about this?
No,
He's
I
been
don't
in the
know.
place for like weeks.
I have no idea how he missed
Yeah,
this.
he's a right winger, isn't he?
He's so fast.
He'll gives them an extra dimension anyway with all those injuries they have.
It's amazing because Salah and him together were really good in pre-season on either side of Dzeko. So I didn't think that they'd be so
Shows how much
willing to get rid of him.
ridiculous money there is in the Premier League. Like, say what you want about the loan, but they're obviously paying his wages.
clearly. Patrick Bamford to Chelsea.
Back to Chelsea.
I don't know who this man is either.
He was with Crystal Palace. He had the thing last week. He was a player in the season of the Championship at Middlesbrough last season.
Okay.
He played up front. I think he might have been top goal scorer in the Championship. And I think he was definitely top 3 anyway. And he was really good. He was really good in the Championship. And he got a loan move to Crystal Palace on like deadline day. And he's played 3 times. And he's the guy who fell out with Pardew when he just terminated his loan himself last week.
Yes.
And he's gone back to Chelsea.
Had he featured for Palace this year?
He played 3 games.
Okay.
Subs, and he hadn't scored a goal. He hit the post. He should have scored 1 there, but I think he's got a bad attitude and stuff. And I don't see him as an actual. You know why Palace don't score goals from their strikers?
Yeah.
Wickham's the only one to score, and it was a penalty. I see him more as a number 10 anyway, not really a number 9. So
okay,
it'd be a really good acquisition for a small struggling team. Like if Villa were to pick him up, or a Championship team, if he went back to Middlesbrough.
Villa aren't struggling; they're gone.
Well, a team really, like Sunderland even, Newcastle or something. He'd be good there.
Okay, Stoke are really putting pressure on Liverpool here. Sam Byram up for grabs at Leeds, so he's been linked to United, he's been linked to Liverpool.
West Ham now is the new one.
Is it more likely that he'll go in the summer rather?
Oh, he's gone. He either signs a contract or he's been out, which is the right way to do it. Like we may as well get 5 million for him now.
He's made noises about wanting to leave.
He's
now,
rejected 2 contracts. He rejected one in the summer.
It was a decrease in pay, wasn't it?
A decrease in pay was the first one. But I just don't.
Well, that's not nice.
Like they have to bring the contracts down. To be honest, like they were very high. They were stupidly high for.
But Cellino promised Premier League football in 2016.
You don't mind him, and then
can we talk about what he did?
We'll talk about it in a minute. And then he gave him a new contract on what he was actually on. So I think he's on about 15 grand a week or something. So he kept it level at that, and he said no. So I think that was pretty much like a take it or leave it. And even Steve Evans came out today now, and he said that, if you don't want to stay, you're gone. And there is Premier League interest. If we get a bid and it's a good price, we will sell you.
Can we wait to talk about Cellino at the spoofer section? Because it's going to take a while. Okay, the last bit of transfer news is a rumour. Renocchia to Norwich from fucking Inter.
Yeah, 8 million.
Is he not? Surely he would go to a bigger team.
If
he's not on the bench though, isn't he?
He is on the bench, I suppose. He's Argentinian, isn't he?
Is he not Italian?
Oh, he's Italian. He's Italian.
Jeez, you're not nurturing your Italian football tonight.
I've done okay. All right. Okay, so before we go through the last round of Premier League fixtures that took place over the weekend, any notes from the football that happened over Christmas, the shows we missed? Obviously, finally the fall of Leicester has begun. They haven't been able to score a goal in 2 games. Liverpool three. Sorry. So Liverpool held them, and
Liverpool beat them.
Held them from scoring a goal. Sorry, and then it was 2. Then it was 2-0 odds, right?
They drew to City.
Yeah.
At home, but first time all season they changed tactics and they went 5 in midfield. And I was like, I know obviously they want to make sure Silva doesn't get in pockets and they've got a lot of attacking players, but I think if they'd gone 2 up front against that defence, I think they could have scored, and they looked much better once they did that.
Kept with what brought them to the dance.
Exactly. Why change it?
I agree.
I think teams have figured out how to play against them.
The City defence, you go at the City, especially without company, you have a go at them. That's the only way you're going to beat them. Like,
even though their win ratio is better without company.
It's not.
It is, yeah.
It's not. Not this season.
It used to be, it's not anymore.
Are you sure?
Absolutely not this season.
I'm pretty sure the last time he was injured, it still was. If
you go this season, I think every time he played 7 or 8 games, they kept 6 clean sheets or something. And then won every game. So.
Okay. Okay. Any other notes then from the...
Arsenal got hammered.
What a great day that was.
Southampton.
Oh, yeah.
Them.
Jesus. That was 3-0, right?
4-0. And they hit the post and they got 2 goals disallowed.
Yeah. Liverpool struggling to put any form together, shellacked by
2 wins.
Watford and...
everyone drops points around Christmas. No one comes out of Christmas with 9 point swing.
Liverpool have no consistency. That's safe to say.
Who came out the most? I think was it... someone came out with 10. Was it Spurs?
I think Spurs did well, didn't
Spurs came, and Arsenal got 9. I think City might have got 9 as well. Not sure.
8 maybe.
I think 9-10 is a good return.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a decent return.
It is so rough. Speaking of Liverpool, how many fixtures is it between January 1st and February, or January? Is it today, John? Is this the first of the crazy fixtures?
No, January there's 8.
8 a month.
2 a week.
And you've got like 13 players fit.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. Okay, so let's move on to the past week of Premier League results. So, and we actually started with Liverpool and West Ham. It was a very tough game for Liverpool. Antonio with a headed goal on 10, and then the return of Andy Carroll with a headed goal on 55 minutes in the second half. Liverpool hit the post twice and stuff like that, but I think West Ham deserved to win. What do you think, John?
Absolutely.
I think it was two very average teams. I think one team looked like they were never going to score, and the other team had one tactic, which was cross the ball towards Klein with the big man at them, and it worked twice. Both teams could have scored. Like, it could have gone to 1-0, but yeah, once West Ham scored the first goal, it really didn't seem like any other result.
I just thought it was, you'd huffed and puffed a lot, but to be fair, you had one chance, really one good chance with Allen at the end.
Well,
I don't like
we had
Adrian
the
really
ball-
didn't.
We hit the crossbar, and Lucas had a cross hit
Hit the post.
the post. So
Okay.
Shite now.
I know. West Brom and Stoke City at the Hawthorns. West Brom win 2-1, goals from Sessegnon and Evans. Walters got one back in the 81st minute as well. That was in between those two West Brom goals. And then Cameron got sent off in the 84th.
That's been rescinded.
I didn't see the
So
send
yeah,
off
red
yet.
card's been rescinded.
So what's
Stoke just
crack?
didn't really play well. They kind of like West Brom actually did pretty well against them, to be honest. Like West Brom, I tipped as actually I think my surprise team of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they can get top 10.
They're doing fine.
They won't go down.
where are they?
12th.
I don't think they can.
I mean, you don't know. Like it's just they're one of those teams. They're definitely going to go down, but they're going to just give everyone a game, don't they? Like
Yeah, well, they've had some
But I
stinkers
think
as well.
every team in the league,
I think they're
bar
just hard
Aston
to
Villa,
beat. I don't think they're a great team.
bar Aston Villa.
they're not a great team, but they're so. It's Pulis as being Pulis, like putting on his hat and the magic happens. You know,
I don't think that works this season. I think every team tries to play a game. You can't Pulis
Well,
results.
you look at the bottom 8, okay?
Yeah.
Bar Chelsea, they're not going to get relegated. They're not.
Yeah.
If you look at them, you could nearly say any of them could really go down. Maybe not Southampton, even though they're struggling like hell at the moment. They probably might just have enough.
Aren't Stoke down there?
I think they're 10th, I think. I'm not too sure. They're
no.
well, I think they're 11th or something.
Yeah, because Everton,
they're not
Everton
gonna-
started 11th yesterday.
So even if it's far as Everton down, they won't go down. The bottom 7 or 8, West Brom are in there. Anyone else could go down, but not them or Chelsea for me.
Okay.
You know?
Speaking of
You're not gonna say
relegation,
they're not, so.
speaking of relegation, the Sunderland woes have ended with a 3-1 win at the Stadium of Light over Aston Villa. So no real surprise there. And Halton 2 from Defoe. Gill got the
It's a great goal.
only Aston Villa goal, which was a great goal in 63 minutes. So
Villa score some nice goals.
when are Villa officially gone? When
It
can we
usually
say?
doesn't come out till March, but I think
I
they're
know.
gone already.
Oh,
Yeah.
they had 2 massive games in the space of 3 weeks. Away to Newcastle and away to Sunderland. They picked up 1 point. They really needed 6.
Yeah.
They still haven't won since the first game of the season. The defence is just shocking. I don't think there's one player
Where
they
are
have.
you
Are Mika Richards and Lescott still lining out? Yeah.
Sometimes Kieran Clark goes in. But Kieran Clark, when he plays for Ireland,
Mika
looks like
Richards
a really
scored an own
good-
goal in that match.
he looks like a really good centre-half for Ireland.
Yeah, I know. What
And
you
then
mean.
with Villa, he's just like it was against Norwich the week before, and like there was a simple ball in. It's just like what's he doing there? It's like this basic errors, you know. And I don't know how much they pay to sack Sherwood or get this Remy Gard fell in, but it's just the whole team is shite. Like they may beat Derby's record. It wouldn't surprise me.
It was too many new players in
There's
at
too many
once.
shit new players,
Well,
and they've never played in the Premier League, half them.
yeah. Well, that doesn't
And Jack
help.
Grealish has been found out for the crap player he is, which would be I said, by the way.
After
said that.
after the what was the Southampton game after they beat Arsenal in between this and Norwich?
They lost to West Ham, was it?
Yes,
That funny Antonio goal.
and now they lost again to Norwich City. Carrow Road 1-0. So
When
you're
Allen
saying
got sent out, didn't
no?
he? Who got sent
That
out?
was he did, yeah. It was in the
That was in the West Ham game. No,
Oh, he plays for Southampton, and it was against Norwich.
no. The previous
Oh,
Southampton
the previous
game.
game.
Yeah. Okay.
he apologized for that as well.
So Man United actually looked okay against Swansea City, which isn't saying much. Martial and Rooney, Rooney did look better, that's for sure.
He looked better, but like
I'm not saying anything except he looked better. And Sigurdsson got one back in between
That was
both
a lovely
United
goal. I
goals.
don't know how he did that.
Yeah, it was quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that Fabianski header. What a moment that would
If
have
that had gone in,
Oh,
it would have just been magic.
so obviously the pressure now is completely off Van Hal. Does he still go in the summer, or is it?
Well,
is
he
it
already
wait and
kind
see?
of announced he was going in the summer, didn't he?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Before, well, even when he was doing well.
You're right. He did say that.
They're
Is
only
he
three-
si-
they're only 3 points off
Has he
top
not
four.
signed a 3-year contract though when he joined?
I think he only signed a 2-year deal, but maybe he did.
I remember being 2 down, but maybe you could look into that.
I'm not
Anyway,
sure.
better from United, and they didn't do too bad over the Christmas. You know, they've started to put something together. it
That
seems.
was their first win in ages, wasn't it?
It was their first win in ages, but
yeah,
they
it
weren't
didn't do
losing.
great.
They weren't
They
losing.
drew to Chelsea.
Yes,
They lost to Stoke.
that Chelsea game. What do you think about that Chelsea
He
game?
was desperate. I thought it was
I don't
just
think
like
I saw it.
Did Rooney miss a penalty, right?
no, he didn't. He should have got sent off.
Herrera missed a penalty.
No one missed a penalty.
They did though. Courtois definitely made a save in that match from the penalty spot,
No,
and it was
no.
incredible.
No, yeah, it was Rooney at the back post. He
Was
missed
that a
one.
penalty?
And then
I
Herrera.
didn't see it.
No, it wasn't a penalty.
There was no penalty in that game.
No,
I'm going to check that out.
there wasn't a penalty in the game. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm going. Dan.
For all the listeners, there was no penalty.
Okay, listen. That's all grand and well then. Leicester City and Bournemouth 0-0. Francis got a red card. That was the only notable thing from that game.
Wasn't
Any-
it red?
Mahrez missed a penalty.
no, that definitely
It was
did
a
happen.
red.
He won the ball.
Yeah, but going through your man.
I thought he won the ball.
I think it's a red.
Was that rescinded? No.
I hope not.
Arsenal only scraped past Newcastle at the Emirates. A
They
goal
played
by
shite.
Koscielny.
Didn't play well, but they got the job done eventually. But they were very lucky.
Do you
Wenger even said
do you
at the
think
end of the
Newcastle
match.
actually are in a better run of form over the last 2 months, or what? Is it just a
I
wacky
think
league?
McLaren knows how to set them up against better teams. I
Yeah.
don't think he can set them up. They probably would have won if they had a striker.
So Newcastle aren't good if they try to win a game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumours they are going for Austin.
They're like the opposite of Liverpool.
They're going for Austin. It's
Yeah, for free, isn't it?
No, a bit 10 million.
No, he was 50 million this summer. He's out of contract now, so the rumours are he'll go for free.
Well, it won't be.
Just
Well, it
saying,
won't
yeah.
be till the summer. But they want him now. But Arsenal played really badly. But Wenger was very honest in his post-match interview. He says we were the second best team, but we had to stay at 0-0. He said to them at halftime, "We have to stay at 0-0 as long as we can, and hopefully then we can find a goal from somewhere." So it was brutally honest. And what's the line?
Sorry, Millie just almost had an L. Look at this.
Oh God.
Good man, Lallana. Manchester City beat Watford at Vicarage Road 2-1. Goals from Yaya Toure and Aguero. Kolarov also scored an own goal, which was the one for Watford. So Toure, huh?
Yeah, Torres scoring a lot of nice
Huh?
goals.
Yaya Toure back to his old form again?
No,
Oh, damn.
he was fucking terrible.
What more can he do before you give the man a
Gallo missed a
break?
good one-on-one chance in that game as well.
Well, he's on fire, so.
And it's nothing to do that he can't play until like the very end when he does something incredible.
Well, he scored his goal towards the end of that game.
Yes, at
Which
the
is
same time as the Arsenal game.
Look, the fact that he
He was
saves,
terrible for
he
the match.
saves the afterburners until towards the end. They've it's
Etienne
come up-
Capoue had bossed him in
watch your
midfield.
language. They've saved.
Etienne
Terrible
Cachet.
joke.
Excuse me.
That's even worse.
Look, it was. Thank you. Look, listen. I think Yaya is doing great for that team. I don't think anybody in the Premier League would say no to having Yaya in their team at the moment. Would you?
Yeah, a lot of teams. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, who?
Who?
Well, I'd say Man United would.
Say no to having him.
Yeah.
Because of their
I'd
goals.
say Newcastle would say no. I'd say
Because
Villa would say
yeah,
no.
because Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger and Fellaini scored
I
so
just-
many goals,
I
and
just-
Michael Carrick.
Aston Villa would say no because they couldn't
I
afford him.
just
like.
can't hack him. I just cannot hack him
Well,
this season
Dan,
at all.
he is in great form at the
He's
moment.
not in great form. He scored 2 amazing goals.
He scored
good
more
form.
than 2 goals, Dan. Since
He scored 2 amazing goals.
I'm pretty
in
sure he scored in
2
the
weeks,
Christmas period as well.
He has,
right?
yeah.
And he's been very poor for 90 minutes.
Have Liverpool made their third sub yet? By the way,
No.
just sorry, I'm having a hard time watching Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Now, I thought this was the game where we'd really see how far the Chelsea players had turned around, as it was away at Selhurst Park, and obviously Palace are really, really good on the road. But at the same time, if the Chelsea team of 2 months ago had faced Crystal Palace, you'd predict that there would only be one outcome. Chelsea absolutely destroyed them. 3 goals, Oscar, Willian, and Costa. And Costa looked like a different man as well during the game. So I think it's safe to say, you guys had a conversation about could they get top 4. I still think it's a bit early to
I
say
think they're
that.
too far away. I don't think they're.
I personally believe that
I can't see
too.
them making 14 points up on Spurs. But
Yeah.
they
The
could,
idea
they,
of them
they could take Leicester.
They could take us. They could take Liverpool.
Oh, they'll take Liverpool.
Yeah.
No problem.
So good news for Chelsea, and it seems that Hiddink is working
To
very
be
well.
fair to Palace, they were missing Balassi and Kabay.
Yeah, Palace are very
And
bad.
Connor Wickham.
It's incredible.
There's a goal. No, he made a miss with it.
It's incredible how big a difference, even though he doesn't score many goals, but just from running the midfield that it makes when Kabay isn't in that
Like,
team.
Palace were doing fine until the first goal, and then it was the best game Fabregas has had probably all season.
Yeah.
Like, he probably had more passes. I saw him wanting the ball so much more than he had all season, you know. So, and Hazard went off injured, and they looked better without him.
They did, for whatever reason.
Hazard hasn't scored a goal yet. If there's still talk of Real Madrid wanting to buy him.
Hazard has not scored a goal yet in the
Or had an
Premier League.
assist.
It's incredible, isn't it? The player of the year last year has not scored a goal by past the halfway point in the season. And he hasn't been injured for a long spell either. So
He hasn't been injured at all. He missed 2 games, I think.
Yeah,
Same
that-
thing
well,
happened the
so he
previous
was
2
injured,
seasons,
but-
but the player had left us.
yeah, that can happen. Finally, Everton hosted Tottenham at Goodison Park. It's weird. Everton are so good going forward this year, but yet they wound up in 11th before this game happened. And if you honestly ask me what I think a result between Everton and Tottenham would be, I would say a draw, even though one is 4th, and one is 11th, and that's what we got. I don't know why that's the case, but I just feel that they're an equal kind of team.
Spurs should have won that match.
Spurs
About 3-0.
Boston first half.
Everton got like a great goal by Lennon, but were really poor. They're really poor at the back, Everton. They have a really bad goalkeeper.
Oh, they like the, and even
Argument about Mingale being the worst goalkeeper in the league. I think.
Funes Mori, the centre half, like as soon as they get Jagielka back, he'll help a bit. But even Stones, I actually do like Stones. He plays out really well. He's a good ball player centre half. Thinks you're doing Cruyff turns in the 6-yard box.
So
It's like,
funny.
what are you doing? Like, you can almost
You
see
did the Cruyff turn?
Yeah.
John
about 3
Stones.
of them.
He did about 2 or 3 of them in the 6-yard box, and it's like, what are you doing? Like that, you can see why they're struggling to defend. Like Baines is probably maybe lost a bit of pace. Coleman's still fine, but positionally he can be caught out once or twice.
Yeah.
Again.
They have a very poor goalkeeper in Howard, or he's just no confidence, or
Well,
what's wrong with him?
Baines is only recently back, and Everton have had this.
Well, Baines is old enough now as well.
They've played Galloway. They
Yeah.
played Galloway there. He's 19. He does look good going forward, but again, he's very green defending. Coleman was also injured. They had Browning, another guy, right back. He's another young lad. So
I think people realised Baines wasn't a very good player when he showed up for England duty with a acoustic guitar on his back. And they're like, right, this guy's a clown.
There was at least 2 seasons straight where Leighton Baines was the best left back. In England.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but there's not that many left backs, is there?
No.
Sure, Phil Neville made that list once or twice.
He could play anywhere.
Uh,
Good old Phil.
could he play anywhere?
Phil Nebulizer.
What? Am I missing something here?
This is nothing.
It's a long story. A friend of ours, he has asthma, and seeing Wayne Rooney score put him into an attack this week.
Put
He
him
ended,
what?
ended up in hospital, and he put it in the group. He's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm in hospital. I'll be grand though." And then it was like 2
Sorry,
o'clock in the morning.
I need to track back here. You have a friend who has asthma, who had an asthma attack because Wayne Rooney scored.
Well, no, he said that's why. I imagine it was probably just
Oh,
very cold or something.
Okay.
And he then goes, "Oh, I'll be fine, lads." And then obviously it was like 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, and someone goes, "Oh, I hope you're fine." And you want a neb, and it came up as a nebulizer. So he goes, "Yeah, I'm on a Gary nebulizer."
That's incredible. Actually, it would have been funnier if it was Phil Nebulizer from the start.
Someone else made the point. It's like, has he got his younger, not good enough machine beside him called Phil Nebulizer? So
We'll probably be finished this show just before the end of this game here. Who's at home tomorrow between Everton and Man City?
Man City, I think.
Okay. I think we can all safely say that Man City will be getting to the final. Would you say?
Lukaku could really bully Mangala
And then missed like 4 or
and
5 chances.
Alemania.
And then Toure will put on the afterburners and you'll get your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1-0.
Well, if he's worth, you think if he's worth 300 grand a week, the performance he's putting out, it's no. He's
I don't think any player is worth 300 grand a week except maybe Messi. So, no.
Yeah, well, he's nowhere near it.
Yeah, but like,
He doesn't deserve to be on 70 grand a week. What are you doing? No, his performances have been terrible now.
So funny.
your hatred for Yaya Toure
Yeah,
is
it's
more
ridiculous.
rational than his for Pep. Way worse.
Okay, did you not see him? Have you seen him play football this year?
I
Besides his
actually
2
have,
goals
yeah.
that he scored against Watford and Arsenal,
Yeah.
and the last 10 minutes of the Arsenal game, what has he done in the last 2 months?
I think he's a
Nothing.
good midfield player.
He is the laziest, terrible he's just so indisciplined and terrible for that club. If you think that's the captain to look up to, a guy who strolls around the pitch in the middle of the park,
Is he captain?
you can't play.
City are first right now, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're third.
Third. Okay, well they wouldn't be third if he wasn't. You know, if he was as bad as you're making out, because he plays all the time.
The only contribution he's done this year in a match to win something, I think, was probably the Watford game to score.
Why do they just get booked?
Time wasting.
He loves that.
I
18
didn't
minutes to
mention
go.
it. Aguero's goal against Watford was just like, why is he beating two centre backs in the air?
Incredible.
It's like whenever you see Messi score a header, when you're like, this shouldn't be happening. Like,
I scored a header with Villalba, with Sacco, Lovren, and Benteke in the box as well. I was like, but why? Anyway, and and Chelsea were defending it, so it was Zuma and Cahill. So you had all these men, and it was Villalba.
Can I say, I think Kurt Zuma is the fastest centre half in the league.
Him or Sacco, yeah?
Oh no, Zuma is like he caught up with someone there. Was it I can't remember. It was Zaha running. Oh, sorry. I think it was Zaha running through, and like he's pretty fast, and Zuma just kept up with him, and it was really impressive. I think he's probably the fastest centre half.
Okay. So moving on to last week's teaser, Dan.
Oh yeah, it was name every Chelsea manager in the Premier League.
And Dan, you're going to your phone because you can't do it off the top of your head.
No, because I've written them out and I don't want to miss one. That's why.
All right. Well, why don't you try and do it off the top of your head and then consult your list after?
Okay.
In order.
I think Ian Porterfield, I think, was the first one.
How about this, Dan? Give me your list and you read them out and I'll tell you if you're right. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. I think
third time someone answered this too.
I think Ian Porterfield was first.
Yeah.
David Webb,
Yeah.
Glenn Hoddle,
Yeah.
Ruud Hullet sitting on the shed,
Okay, now it gets easy.
Vialli,
Yeah.
Ranieri.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see if John can go from here. After Ranieri, John.
Mourinho.
Yeah. Next.
Was it Grant?
Yes.
Scolari.
Yes.
Hiddink.
Yes.
Oh, he's doing well.
Who took after? Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AVB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Di Matteo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Well done.
very good.
And back to Jose. All right. Excellent stuff. Great teaser, Dan. What's this week's one?
Name every Real Madrid manager since the turn of the millennium.
Oh my god.
You can't be serious.
Yeah.
I've gone down, lads. I actually went up 4 spots and I've gone fucking down in fantasy. Let's do fantasy now. Okay, so Reg Harrison, Tommy Normal, me. I was in the top 20, lads. Oh, my fucking battery's gone.
Let's give him Dan. Take Dan's mic.
I was in the top 20. Now I'm no longer in the top 20. Then we have Sean Ryan. Sean's gone above me. It's a personal battle. I want to get near John and beat Sean. That's all I want to achieve. And next year I'm actually going to play it properly. Rob Normal.
You're 200 points behind John.
I can do it. I can do it.
You can probably do it. I had an horrendous
I can do it. Then Rob Normal, Dave Rogers, Seamus Stacey, Ronan O'Reilly, John, you're in 15th, holding it strong. Darren Hillard, Dave Brady, Brian Dunhu at Night People, Kenny Murphy,
And the Leeds.
Michael Tobin, John Saunders, James Byrne, Shane Lahart, Regis Kerr, Stephen Vincent, Gary Kiernan, Dave Nolte, Noel Keeley. Dan is on top by 3 points. 3 points, Dan. Oh my God, sorry, 13 points. Well done. Okay, so Dan, go through your awards this week. Well, actually, no, we'll go one by one. So, your spoof of the week, Dan.
It was Anthony Kay who scored the most ridiculous own goal for MK Dons against Leeds. Like, it was usually Leeds were so bad in this match. We just had a random cross into the box with 3 minutes to go. It went out about the penalty spot, and he just headed it into the corner. There was no pressure on the ball. It wasn't even a good cross. He just headed into the corner. Spoof for the week. It was actually trending as one of the worst own goals ever made.
I'm going to go back to Real Madrid. The first one is James Rodriguez, who was caught speeding, apparently doing 200 kilometers down the road, but apparently thought he was being kidnapped because it was unmarked police car. So drove all the way to training, apparently blasting out a decent soundtrack.
So he decided to drive really fast to training because so they originally were running after him because he was breaking the speed limit, but then he broke it more because he thought he was going to be kidnapped.
Yeah, so he went straight to training.
And there's a clip of Ronaldo taking the piss out of him.
Apparently.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
It's very fair.
And then also, we all heard that Rafa Benitez was sacked about 1 o'clock, but they didn't make the announcement in Madrid till about 8. And the reason is they couldn't use the room because it was a kid's birthday party.
That is correct. Oh, here comes Hugo to get a goal. My spoofer of Christmas is, you see, the thing is, I don't want to say anything bad about Chilino, okay? What happened there? Okay. I won't say anything bad about Chilino. I want you to explain in the most unbiased fashion possible. You're Leeds fan, so you're not. But in the most unbiased way possible.
Literally couldn't be more biased.
The story of the FA football rights Sky against Leeds and what Chilino did.
Okay.
Can we have sad Hulk music playing?
Yeah. So essentially, they were meant to play for 7:45 kickoff on the Wednesday against Derby. The match did go ahead. It was on Sky after everything. The cameras only got in about 3 o'clock, so they didn't have time to set up, but they got in. Leeds' previous match before that was away to Nottingham Forest 2 days before that. Every other championship game was on the 26th, which was supposed to be. But then Leeds got moved to the 27th for Sky Sports. So then it was supposed to be moved then. Every other team was getting 3 days rest. Leeds has brought forward another 24 hours for the telly. So Derby got 30 hours more, at least 30 hours more rest between 48 hours of a game. And that's the sort of stuff he's giving about. Then we're also on against Brighton away from home in later this month. Brighton is about 6-7 hour train journey. The last train leaves at 10 o'clock from Brighton, and there'll be about 4,000 Leeds fans down there. So, they're going to be stranded for another day then. And it's just stuff like that, and they're using Leeds. They are actually moving them to different times.
This happens to every single team.
In the Championship, it's getting ridiculous for us. Because the Premier League is different. Everyone has same rights. Leeds have been on 8 or 9 times now this year, while Rotherham haven't been on once. And we're being moved for different nights, away games. It's crazy.
Rotherham haven't been on TV once.
I don't think so.
I'm sure they have.
I don't think so.
Is it not beneficial, though, in terms of the money you're getting in to make these adjustments? Like, do you not benefit from it in any way?
We're away from home, though, so we won't be getting the money.
Do you not get some? I'm pretty sure you do.
I don't think they get
No,
anything.
I know for a fact you do.
I don't think they get much if they do. It's not worth it for... Well, if you move games within 24 hours, either side, just to get them on TV twice within 2 days...
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. When another team has more than 30 hours rest.
All right. Okay.
Well, I don't agree with it. It's ridiculous. You can't have that. And what they're trying to do is they can stop that. Sky can just use them as guinea pigs and put them on. If they leave them on, say they were scheduled in for a Sunday game, just for hypothetically, and they put them on the Sunday game at the time, that's fine. You can't just keep moving teams like 2 weeks before and just move them to a different slot. I don't think it's fair.
Okay, so Chilino is my spoofer of the week, and
Yeah, I completely agree.
so
He's insane.
He went about it the wrong way, though, by blocking them in. I don't agree with that. It's ridiculous. But what he is doing is, though, protesting against it is right, and trying to get a way around it is the way to go. That's for everyone. Right, your goal of the week, John.
Goal or hero?
I said goal, didn't I?
Fair point, Jesus. There was a lot of them. I was going to give it to the Aston Villa one, but I think I'll give it to Rooney. He's had a tough time. So I like Rooney's little flick.
Willian.
I will go with Willian as well. Very good. Okay, John, your hero of the week.
My hero?
Yeah.
Well, it was going to be Dan for beating the game pointless. But since he was a bit of a narky shit there, I'm not going to bother.
When did Dan beat the game pointless?
You were there in Dan's house when you were going to play it. And the question was FA Cup winning manager. Dan got it and wasn't on the game.
Oh, yeah.
But,
well
I'm,
done,
not, but I'm taking that away from him because he was a narky little shit there. So
I disagree. I think
I choose Sky Football for picking on Leeds.
I choose
I'm sure they're listening.
the Sky cameramen for having to sit outside that cold, horrible stadium in a cold, horrible city.
Poor lads had to go to Leeds on the during their Christmas.
And they couldn't even get in for a cuppa.
Yeah.
Did Chilino go out and give the people cuppa as they were only mercenaries for Sky?
Chilino was in Miami. He wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And he left no one in charge.
He probably felt
and he
it.
was told, it was like obviously a memo around, do not let Sky in.
He was probably being the Grinch and just going around to their houses and pissing in their stockings and stealing all their
No,
presents and
Chilino
shit.
wasn't even there. So that's the funny part of it. That's why there was no communication, because no one could get in. There was no one left in charge. So, and my hero of the week is BBC for putting Liverpool against Exeter on Friday night.
Hey, you're drinking on a Friday.
We were talking
Like
about
most Premier League teams will be next season.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about maybe doing a dry January, all of us respectively, but can we not please watch Liverpool be beaten by Exeter while having a few drinks on BBC?
We can think about it.
Smith is going to start.
That's meant the best crosser in the team.
Absolutely. All right, going to take a pause for the cause here while we wait for the Liverpool match to come to its conclusion. And, yep, talk to you in a second.
Why don't you just play the Zidane song for the entire time while they're waiting?
Not as easy as it sounds, mate.
Huh?
So, Liverpool have done the impossible in terms of football banter. They have beaten Stoke on a Tuesday rainy night and at home. So
With no centre-backs.
With absolutely no centre-backs. Thanks very much, everybody, for listening to this show. We'll be back next week with the other Capital One semi-final result, including Premier League results, FA Cup, or not Premier League results, FA Cup results, and all the latest news from the January transfer window. You can find us on YouTube, on Dan's YouTube channel. Alternatively, you can go on to facebook.com/the ITK Soccer Show, which is the best way to stay up to date with all the shows as they are posted. You can also get us at the ITK Soccer Show on Twitter, and until the next time, we will talk to you then.
Van Basten, Gianluigi Buffon, Xavi, Iniesta, Drogba, Hazard, Tevez, Schweinsteiger, Steven Gerrard, Alessandro Del Piero, Neymar Forlan, Özil, Nakata, Jean-Pierre Papin, Ballack, Van Persie, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, but the strongest of them all. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane. Superstar. Superstar. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane. Superstar. Lionel Messi, Gareth Bale Cure, Nedved Maldini, Aguero Raul, Casillas Cavani, Benzema Mandzukic, Mario Balotelli, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Lothar Matthäus, Shevchenko Cantona, Ronaldinho Ronaldo Romario Rivaldo Robinho Ramirez Kaká, Falcao Frank Ribery, Pirlo Cahill Company, but the strongest of them all. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane. Superstar. Superstar. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane. Superstar. Eusebio. So much more than the world is dreaming of. Beckenbauer, Platini, Best, Charlton, Cruyff, Baggio, Diego Armando Maradona, Pelé. Cannavaro, Karagunis, Chicharito, William Gallas, Sanchez, Mark Bosnich, Hulk, Alexi Lalas, Wilshere, Honda, Busquets, Dicky, Simao, Thierry Henry, Modric, Vidal, Patis, Donovan, Eto'o, Zizou.